So I decided a little bit earlier on the year to kind of test the waters out on if you guys would, watch some Supercoach content. Of course, I've been playing Supercoach for I think the last 5 or 6 years, maybe even a little bit longer. So I felt like I had some semi-expertise to be able to go online and, make some Supercoach videos. I've also been watching porn for 8 years. Maybe I might have to make an OnlyFans. Let me know if you guys want me to use my expertise with that as well. But in today's video, we're talking about Supercoach again. I figured, we'll make another Supercoach video here as well, because there's some really interesting things going on. I actually saw a post by an Instagram page called Supercoach AFL. So apparently it's the official account for Supercoach, I think. Go give them a follow. Shout out to them. They actually did a post talking about a lot of the best cheap value players, and I thought, you know what, it'd be kind of cool in today's video if I went over my thoughts and opinions on whether or not I would be getting these guys in the teams. What are some of the positives about it? What are some of the negatives about it? Of course, in a chubby fat kid who's wearing a Cleveland Brown shirt opinion, and just go from there. Again, before we do get into it though, there's still a decent amount of you guys who watch these videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me a massive favor and leave a like on this video for the latest AFL content and more, subscribe to the channel, lets me know you guys are enjoying the videos, all of the above. And I guess without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Again, the first player they have on here, a guy I think a lot of people is getting in their teams, just happened to be Tom Lynch, who was 183.2k. Again, as we know, Tom Lynch has had some of the most injuries we've seen in the last couple of years. That guy is literally more injured than what Kevin Love was on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's saying something. But Tom Lynch, he hasn't played a game in a bit. He really struggles to, when he does play a game, to play the next week. But the thing is, in the last, I think 2 or 3 seasons now, he actually hasn't had an off season because of all the injuries and whatnot that he has sustained. But of course, we know Tom Lynch has had a full off season this year. I think he started back training on one of the first days with the 1 to 4 year boys, and hasn't really missed a beat. Apparently he is perfectly healthy, touch wood, he stays healthy, and I think he'd be a great option to get in the Supercoach teams. Now, I'm still 50-50 because a part of me thinks he's going to play 3 solid weeks, and he could do that consistently and maybe score an average of 80 points or something like that, which would mean he would go up in value. His price would of course go up, but something does worry me that every 4 or so weeks he gets rested, or he misses a game with a slight niggle, a slight injury, all of the above. So it does scare me a bit that he could just miss, if he does stay healthy the whole year, still 5 games from just being rested and having slight little injuries that mean he doesn't play because they don't want to furthermore have an injury. So it does scare me a little bit to have him in, but in realism, you probably do bite the bullet and just say, look, if he goes up even a couple 100k and the games he doesn't play, I can just have him on the bench. It could be worth the risk, and I think, I probably will be doing it. So I like that one. The other player next up we have is Coleman, who is $269,000. Again, that's another guy I'm going to have on my team. It's a little bit more risky than Tom Lynch as well. Not because Coleman will re-injure himself. Of course, I don't think that's going to happen. I really hope it doesn't happen, touch wood. But because as well that Brisbane backline is so stacked, and they're going to have a lot of players who are going to want to use the ball, like Dane Zorko now, who's found a new role down there and has played so good down there, that it does worry me a little bit that if Coleman does come back, he'll be just reduced as just a decent defender. He won't have, he won't be one of the ball users down there like he was. He might not even be intercepting as much now. Again, it might take some time for him to get into that as well, just because of his, recovering from his injury. Again, I do have him in at the moment. It's an interesting one. I think Brisbane is so deep down there that it is tough to know whether or not he will consistently score good points. But Again, 270k. Yeah, you're probably doing that. That's still really cheap. At 278k, we have Cam Guthrie. Again, in my opinion, stay away from this one. Even if Cam Guthrie has a good year next year, I still don't know. I think Geelong's midfield is starting to become so stacked now that Guthrie might be put more on the outer and play just much more and almost nearly a full-time, like even a wing role or something. Again, I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but they're clearly playing Bailey Smith in the inside most of the time now. Max Holmes has played a ton on the inside now. In fact, most of the 2024 season. They're really starting to develop that midfield into being an absolute powerhouse. I don't know even if Cam Guthrie... Yeah, the Geelong team is becoming so good now. Is Cam Guthrie even 100% slot into that 23 anymore? Again, it's really tough to say. Again, he's going to be turning 33. I think he played 4 games last season. Yeah, I'm personally staying away from this one. I just don't really think it's that worth it. Again, you've also got Isaac Cumming at 287,000. This is an interesting role because he's moving now from the back line to the wing, so he will get much more midfield time. It's whether you think he's going to score from that. Again, I personally won't be getting Cumming in, but some Adelaide fans might. Bailey Humphries on here as well, 270k. He needs a massive leap this year, and I think he will take it. That could be a good value one. I think that's more better to consider than the last two. But again, he's still going to get pushed forward. Can he capitalize and kick consistent goals this year as a midfielder pushing forward? We'll have to wait and see. We also got Ari Schoenmaker, 270k. Again, the key defender now really has his own back line. Like, they got rid of Battle down there. Dougal Howard, yeah, he's not the man he obviously was a couple years ago. They're desperately looking for a key defender this year. Taru will play, I don't think, that key defender role. I think he'll play much more of an intercept game, and he's still got a lot of run off half back. So they're going to be looking for a key defender here, and I think Schoenmaker could step into that. So if you think he'll be a reliable key defender, it's definitely one to consider. And yeah, that's the ones they've gone here, but there's of course so many other options, like ones I'm looking at. Caleb Smith is cheap. He'll play a very pivotal role down back for North that could have him see a lot of the ball. You've also got Bailey Smith, I mean, as a forward option coming in for Geelong. That's one that I personally really like. He is a midfielder, but he is also a forward in Supercoach. So if he plays consistent inside midfield, I think he's going to score pretty well. Jack McRae as well, a consistent inside midfielder who will play 100% time there for St Kilda. I think 100% will get a game every week. Much different to what we saw at Western Bulldogs. I think he's another one that I'm definitely considering there too. So a lot of really interesting players for Supercoach 2025. A lot more forward options, I think, than what we saw in the previous year. I'm interested to see what you guys think about all of these players down below. Who are you guys getting in your Supercoach team and whatnot? I'd very much like to know. Subscribe to my gaming channel, which will be getting linked down below. Subscribe to this channel for all latest sports content news. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.